when I go shopping, one of the things I try and do these days is to try and think about each item I buy and how I can wear it at least 3 ways. And most of my clients say, but you know, I don't know how to do that. How can you do that? How can you be so creative to think about wearing things in more than one way? So I thought I would put this little training together to show you how to do that. So all I've got on is a very simple dress. And in this short video, I'm going to show you how I would wear it in about 10 different ways. Okay, so as you can see, it's a little bit of a boring dress. It's just a bit straight, there's not much shape in it. And I'm a bit of a funky girl, so if I want to make it a little bit more funky, all I need to do is add something that makes it look a little bit more edgy. So I'm going to add this cardigan. It's very light, and you'll see when I put this on how suddenly the whole shape of the dress changes. It's asymmetric, so straight away it's a little bit more funky looking than the dress before. So we've now got this look going on that makes it look a little bit more cool and a little bit more edgy. But the secret is to create a rhythm in your clothes, and what I've done with this is pick out the same colour. So in other words, the dress and the jacket are pretty similar in colour, and that's the kind of bond that meshes them together so that it still looks as though the two items belong to one another. It does look a bit kind of dreary, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some colour with a scarf. So here we have a scarf. You can see that the colours in the scarf match the colours in the dress. It's just got that little accent colour of the kind of peachy pink. And I'm going to put that round, and suddenly we have a completely different outfit. And obviously you could wear the scarf without the little jacket and that would still look as cool. Okay, so there's 3 different looks just from one dress. So what about if it's in the winter time? Well, let's have a look at a different type of jacket or cardigan. This one is much thicker and it's still quite boxy, but again I've picked up on the same colour theme. And as you can see, when I tie this together, it looks completely different. But it still looks good. I still feel a little bit bland, so I'm going to add a pop of colour with a great big blue scarf. And obviously we've got blue in the dress, so this is going to work because it's still creating that lovely rhythm that we're looking for. So we put the scarf round, and suddenly we have, again, a completely different look. So I've taken it from kind of spring, summer, over to the winter time. I've still got the thick tights, and obviously I could add a pair of thicker boots or longer boots just to make it look a little bit different. Okay, so that's one of my winter looks. Keeping with the winter look, I'm going to add, this is a slightly different texture, this cardigan, but I'm going to add some more textures, because certainly I think to make an outfit less boring, if you can add different textures, it just makes it look a little bit more interesting. So I've got myself here a little fur gilet, which is quite nice and snug. But when I just put that on, again, you can see it looks a little bit shapeless. So all I'm going to do is get a belt and put that round my middle. And suddenly now, I've got my waist back. But I feel quite warm, quite snug, and actually quite delicious in this outfit. I really, really, really like it. I mean, obviously, if you haven't got a waist, then don't bother with a belt, just leave it as it is. But it's just a nice way to make something look a little bit different. If you wanted to, of course, if you were really cold, you could also put a very fine polo neck underneath to just give you that extra layer. Another texture is cable. Now you've got to be a bit careful with this because all the lumps and bumps in something like this, because it's very bobbly, can actually add quite a lot of extra visual weight. But this kind of shape gives me a waist, and it also gives me huge shoulders. So if you are the type of woman that's very narrow on the shoulder, this is quite a nice shape. And again, if I wanted to, I haven't done, but I could just put the belt round the waist to give me a more defined hourglass figure. Going back to kind of spring, summer, I found this little waistcoat. Now this works, it's a different colour, but this works because it's in the same fabric. So the dress is jersey, and so is this little waistcoat. And so it kind of just looks a bit quirky and a bit nice, especially from the back because it's shorter. And this is particularly good if you don't have a waist, because it hides all this bit going on in the middle. And because it's a nice colour, it kind of draws the eye downwards. So again, just something a little bit unusual. To make this dress more office-like, and again to create a bit more of a figure, I've actually taken it a little bit more formal by using a waistcoat. And can you see, by just putting that on, how suddenly I've got a really nice figure. The whole dress looks much more upmarket, it looks much more glamorous, and yeah, I think I could go to work in that and feel quite, you know, ready for the power day, I think. And if you wanted to, you could add jewellery. I'm not much of a jewellery lover actually, but this kind of long necklace would work really well. She said knocking her glasses off. But this kind of long necklace would also just add something to the overall look. So if you like your jewellery, maybe this is what you need to do, and this would work quite well. I'm going to put a jacket on, but it's not the kind of jacket that you'd expect, because this one's made out of fleece. And every time you hear the word fleece, you probably think about those kind of sweatshirts that you wear for walking the dog or going to the gym. But this one's lovely and soft, and it fits in well with the dress because, again, it's a similar type of material. But can you see how that gives me such a nice shape? Because of the really, really broad collar, and it gives me the little waist, but it just fits really well with the dress. Again, I'm picking up on similarities. So the colours are similar, but it's more the fabric that's similar. That's why this works. If this was in a cotton or something, it wouldn't look so good. It would jar. So last but not least, we're coming up to the 10th outfit now, believe it or not. The last thing that I would probably do with this, and this is what I do a lot, is I would actually team this dress with the jeans. Now, I've picked dark blue jeans to pick up the dark blue in the actual pattern of the dress. But you'll just have to bear with me when I say that this dress is actually a little bit long for jeans. So what I would do is I would just hook it up a little bit, and then I'd add a belt. So we add the belt round, and suddenly I've no longer got a dress, I've got a tunic. All right? So my rules will be then, whenever you see something, try and think outside the box a little bit and try to think, what else could I do with this? Play, experiment, you know, have fun. Other things that we could have done, you know, I could have changed my shoes, I could have put a brooch on, I could have put the polo neck on. I could have done lots and lots of different things with it. I could have added more colours. But generally speaking, the rules are there's got to be something that keeps it bonded together. So it might be the colour, it might be the colour in the pattern, it might be the shape, or it might be the fabric.